Well, good Saturday evening, everyone. We are in live severe weather coverage mode here with Alabama Stormtroopers. I'm Nathan Burks. Thank you for joining in with me this evening. If you are in north central Alabama, you don't have nothing to worry about right now. Our main concern is this storm right here that you see behind me. This is a new tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service out of Mobile for a storm that is coming in to Mobile County from the bay. It's just crossing over Dauphin Island now. This tornado warning is going to be for South Central Mobile County until 7:45 p.m. It's at 7:05, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 4 miles southwest of Alabama Port or 6 miles northwest of Dauphin Island, moving northeast at 20. So let's go in here and take a look here. We're going to get in tight. So this thing is right here around Alabama 193. Let's just get in here and we're going to start doing some real-time analysis. Let's switch over to our velocity. And what they're looking at, and this is kind of got some interference going on here, but what they're looking at is this area right here. I don't know if you should be able to see my mouse here. Let me draw on here. This right here is our rotation, the greens and the red together. This is what we're concerned about as far as a possible tornado. We're going to go into manual tracking mode. Let's take a look here. I'm going to get this pulled up. We'll get some times and stuff on here. All right, let me clear my paintbrush settings here. Let's go. Let's clear those. Let's try this again. So right now this is going to be to the east of Bayou La Battery. This is going to be right on the shoreline here. Alabama 183. This is going to be so Alabama Port sits right in here. You have Heron Bay, Zarlot Road, United Methodist Church is going to be right in here. See, this is Bellingrath Road right here. Let's get my let's see if I can get this on here. Looking at some different data feeds here, just checking to see if we got anything going on. I don't see any reports of damage so far, which is good. Of course, this thing's probably still a little bit offshore. All right. This thing is coming up. This is coming up on Alabama 183 right here. This is heading, like I said, headed up towards the intersection with Bellingrath Road. It's going to be near Chris's Seafood, St. Mary's by the Bay, St. Mary's by the Sea Episcopal Church, Delta Port Marina, First Baptist Church of Heron Bay, the St. Michael's Catholic Church. If you're in this area that around these businesses I've listed off, the West Fowl River, West Fowl River, and points to the east back towards Mobile Bay. It is going to be where this thing is going to be crossing. This is a fairly well-defined couplet here, just to the west of 193. And this thing is moving north, almost due north and northeast, or northwest, excuse me. Moving in that general direction there. So right now, this does not affect the city of Bayou La Battery. This is to your east. This does not affect tornado sirens. Maybe go off in places like Grand Bay, Tillman's Corner, city of Mobile proper, Pritchard, Wilmer. You may be hearing tornado sirens right now, but there is no danger to you at this time. This thing is pretty much hugging the coastline of the western shore of Mobile Bay. And it's a fairly tight couplet. I would not be surprised if we did not have something down here. Let me take these watches off so we can get a better look here. This is a very well-defined couplet. This is going to be over Heron Bay, the Jimison's Bait and Tackle, between Alabama 193 and Alabama 193 and Bellingrath Road is where this thing is going to cross. It's moving northeast at 25 or 20 miles an hour. So again, if you are living places like Morris Drive, Delta Port Boulevard, Green Drive, McGraw Street, Heron Bay Loop Road, Johnson Road, Williams Street, Covas Road, Heron Bay Loop Road East, at the Bayfront Park, Trav Park, Pine Drive, J.T. Lilly Road, Old Alabama Port Highway. If you're near the Alabama Port Volunteer Fire Station, which is at 193 in the intersection of 188, Dakota Avenue, Bay Palms RV Resort, Airport Number 2 Subdivision, Oregon Avenue, Texas Street, Dakota Avenue, Michigan Avenue, Oregon Avenue, 12th Street, Delaware Street, near the Amplified Diversities, Georgia Avenue, Washington Road, Alabama Street. If you are anywhere near this right now, you need to be in a place of safety right now. Lowest floor near the center, away from windows. Not seeing any reports of damages. So far, looking at the National Weather Service, just and some different data feeds I have in front of me. Don't see anything so far, which is good. But let's take a look. Go back to doing some real-time analysis here. Let's take a look at our debris tracker. This is If there is something there, it would show up right here. This is what the radar uh, we would see a drop, or in this general area where this circulation is. It would match up where we have this rotation, and I don't see that, which is a very good sign. This thing may not be producing, but it does not mean that it's not. Radar scans are about 5 minutes delayed from what we're seeing to what's actually happening. So right now, again, if you're watching, this thing is moving to the north and east. It's going to continue to move along Alabama 193, which is Dauphin Island Parkway, Day Springs Road, Monteluis Road, Regis Road, up towards Baywoods Road, Middle Bay Garden, the Shell Yellowhammer plant. This is moving in that general direction. So let's take this full screen so you can see what I'm looking at here. This 7:19 is current time. We are on the air with covering tornado warning for Mobile County. We're going to back out just so everybody can see what's going on here. We're going to switch to reflectivity mode, because you're probably saying, what's going on where I'm at? So let's do this. Let's take a big step back. I'm throwing the composite radar here and kind of give a brief update of what's going on. So right now, back to the west in Mississippi, we have a line of strong to severe thunderstorms, basically from about Greenville, Mississippi, all the way down to Jackson, stretching all the way down to Baton Rouge and down to the Gulf. This has been an active weather day for our friends over into Louisiana and East Texas. We've had numerous reports of tornadoes. One earlier we tracked for our partners in Mississippi on Mississippi Storm Troopers. We had one near Brookhaven, Mississippi. We actually saw video of that. Not gonna be that situation here at home. This line will continue to weaken as it moves east. But that being said, we have to watch out for these storms, these supercell storms that are moving out ahead of the line. So that's what we're dealing with down in Mobile. Up here to Birmingham back Demopolis up to Tuscaloosa to Birmingham to Walker County, Jasper back up to Hamilton, up to Florence and Muscle Shoals. That's nothing but just rain and some rumbles of thunder. So that's a good thing to have. That rain and that what's happening up there is going to help to keep the atmosphere stable and keep storms from intensifying as it moves through later. So let's go back to what our main area of concern. This is going to be in the city, south of the city of Mobile. This is a storm that is prompted a tornado warning that is just north of Dauphin Island. It has got a nice little inflow notch here. It is moving along the western shore of Mobile Bay. This is Alabama 193 here, moving north, otherwise known as the Dauphin Island Parkway, going north to Monteluis. If you're along Dauphin Island Parkway from let's see, pull up my other map here. If you're on Dauphin Island Parkway from Bellefontaine, Theodore, Deer River points south, you need to pay attention to this storm as it's moving your general direction. This tornado warning goes till 7:45. Let's take a look and see at our velocity, and it's still a really well organized area of rotation right here. This is just to the north of the intersection of 188 and 193. We'll look at one other thing here. We want to see if this thing's picked up any debris. So let's look at our debris tracker, and the good thing is I don't see anything. So that's a good sign that this storm is elevated and not on the ground. But this thing is got a very nice inflow off the bay towards it. That's with this hooking that this hook that you see develop here as it's moving to the north. It's getting sucking all that moisture off the bay. The storm is moving to the northeast at 20 miles an hour, and it looks like they just reissued that warning. So let me take a look at that real quick. So this new warning still goes. It's just an extension of the previous one. It'll go till 7:45. And the good news is this area of rotation seems to be weakening. Let's take another look at the velocity. Yeah. I noticed that the previous scan, but it's definitely not as well defined as it was a couple of scans ago. So that's a good trend. But still, if you are on the far western shore of Mobile Bay, I know this is a fairly sparsely populated area, but if you live along Dauphin Island Parkway, go ahead and be in a place of safety right now. All right, while we're looking at that, let's go back and let's reflectivity on. And I know a lot of people probably had their tornado or your NOAA weather radio go off, your phone apps go off a little while ago. So what we got going on now is a tornado watch that is in effect for the far southwestern corner of Alabama. This goes from Washington, Crenshaw counties over towards the Greenville, Andalusia area, Opp, Laverne, the 331 corridor there. And this also covers the northwest corner of Florida. So from from Fort Walton, Destin, over to Pensacola, and back over to Mobile Bay. This new watch, I believe, goes till 3 a.m., but let's see. Let's see. Pull up my... Goes until 2 a.m. But that is just for the general atmosphere that we have tonight. The better instability. I know a lot of people we've been pushing about severe weather possibly for the northern part of Alabama, Birmingham, central Alabama, that area. The better instability is going to be down to the south, as evident by the thunderstorm that's sitting over Mobile Bay right now. The greatest threat for areas north of US 80, up from Demopolis to Montgomery to Columbus, Georgia, up towards Birmingham, is going to be from straight line winds associated with a squall line that is coming through Mississippi right now. That is going to weaken as it moves east, but it's just something we'll still have to keep our eyes on. But any of these storms that fire out ahead of this line, as evidenced by the one that we've been tracking over Mobile Bay, have the potential to start rotating, especially ones in this tornado watch environment down here. So let's go back in here and check this out. Just keep another eye on it. I'm really liking the trends I'm seeing. So let's go back to our velocity, and yeah, I don't see anything other than strong winds right there. There are still going to be some high winds here in excess of 58 miles an hour, but I do not see the rotation that was so evident about 30 minutes ago. Definitely going to have some hail in there. These purple colors here that you see are indicating that the updraft is getting stronger. There's going to be some hail there, but no rotation to speak of, which is something I really like to see. All right. So the National Weather Service has canceled that tornado warning because they were seeing the same thing that we are seeing. There's no rotation left there, but they've also dropped the severe thunderstorm warning as well. So with that being said, we're going to take a break here. We're going to zoom back out. I'm going to throw the composite radar on. And if we had more tornado warnings for the area, we will jump back in and walk through it with you. We'll have a full update coming up probably around 8:30. I'll jump back on, and if we're not doing wall-to-wall coverage, I'll jump back on and we'll do a full discussion then. But we're going to keep the live stream going, but we will be back in just a little while, sooner if needed.